Today we're going to multiply mixed numbers by whole numbers. So let's go over our steps for multiplying fractions. First, you must have two fractions. So you may need to place a 1 under a whole number, or you may need to change a mixed number to an improper fraction. Second, you're going to crisscross simplify if you can and multiply. Third, you're going to simplify if needed. So today we're going to have whole numbers and mixed numbers. So we're going to write the whole number as a fraction, and we're going to write the mixed number as an improper fraction. So we'll have two fractions to multiply, and then we're going to reduce to simplest form, which is to simplify. So let's look at our example here. The first example has 3 wholes times the mixed number 2 and 5, 6. So they had to put a 1 underneath that 3 so that it would be a fraction. Then they took the mixed number and changed it to an improper. So the way they did that is they multiplied the whole 2 times the denominator 6. That gave them 12. Then they added the 5 numerator. That gave them the 17 as their new numerator, and the 6 stays the same. Now they can go ahead and multiply. So 3 times 17 gave them 51, and 1 times 6 gave them 6. Well, that is an improper fraction, and so they had to change that into a mixed number. So they divided, and they divided 51 divided by the 6. That gave them 8 wholes, and 3 left over the 6. And 8.5 would be simplified. Second example, they have the mixed number 4 and 1/3 times 2 wholes. So they had to put a 1 under the 2 wholes. Then they had to change the 4 and 1/3 into an improper fraction. So they multiplied the whole 4 times the 3 denominator. That gave them 12, plus the 1 gave them 13 over the 3. Then they could multiply. 13 times the 2 gave them 26. 3 times 1 gave them 3. That was improper. So they needed to change that to a mixed number. They divided 26 divided by 3. That gave them 8 wholes and 2 left over the 3. So now let's do our first problem. We have a mixed number of 1 and 1/5 times 4 wholes. So we do not have two fractions, so we need to put a 1 underneath our whole. Change our mixed number to an improper. So we're going to multiply our whole 1 times the denominator 5. 1 times 5 is 5, plus 1 is 6. So that gives us 6/5 times 4 over 1. So now I have two fractions. Let's see if I can crisscross simplify. And I can't, so I can go ahead and multiply. 6 times 4 is 24. 5 times 1 is 5. So I have an improper fraction, so I need to change it to a mixed number. 24 divided by 5, that puts the 5 bottom dog outside the house, top dog inside the house. Okay, first step goes into, can 5 go into 2? No, because the 2 is smaller. So 5 into 24, that goes 4 times. Multiply. 4 times 5 is 20. Subtract. Bring down, nothing to bring down. So that gives me 4 wholes and 4 left over the 5. Okay, on our next one we have 5 wholes and 3 2/3 as our mixed number. So we're going to need to put a 1 underneath my 5 wholes and change our mixed number to an improper fraction. So 5 over 1. So now I'm going to take my 3 wholes times my denominator, 3. So 3 times the 3 gives me 9, plus 2 is 11 over the 3. So now I have 2 fractions. Let's see if I can crisscross simplify. And I can't. So I'm going to go ahead and multiply. 5 times 11, 55. 1 times 3 is 3. So I have an improper fraction. So I need to divide and make it into a mixed number. 55 divided by 3. That puts the bottom dog outside the house, top dog inside the house. Goes into, how many times can 3 go into 5? 1 time. Multiply. 1 times 3 is 3. Subtract. 5 minus 3, 2. Bring down. Goes into, how many times can 3 go into 25? 8 times. Multiply. 8 times 3, 24. Subtract. Bring down. Nothing to bring down. So I have 18, it's my whole. 1 left over the 3. Okay, on our next one we have a mixed number of 4 2/7 times 6 wholes. So we need to put a 1 underneath my whole. Take my mixed number and make it improper. So 4 wholes times 7 gives me 28, plus the 2 is 30 over the 7 times 6 over 1. Okay, and now I have 2 fractions, so I can see if I can crisscross simplify. And I can't. So now I can multiply. 30 times 6, take off your 0. Multiply 3 times the 6, 18. Put the 0 back at the end. 7 times 1 is 7. So I have an improper fraction, so I need to make it into a mixed number. 180 divided by 7, that puts bottom dog outside the house, top dog inside the house. Okay, goes into, can 7 go into 1? No, because 1 is too small. Can 7 go into 18? Yes. 2 times, multiply. 2 times 7, 14. Subtract. 1 minus 1 is 0, so you don't have to put that. Bring it down. Goes into, how many times can 7 go into 40? 5 times. Multiply. 7 times 5, 35. Subtract. Can't take a 5 from a 0. So come over to the tens house and borrow. 3 tens are left. Bring the 10 over to the ones house. That gives me 10 in the ones house. 10 minus 5 is 5. Bring down. Nothing to bring down. So I have 25 wholes. 5 left over the 7. Okay, last one. 3 wholes times 2 2/5. So I need a 1 underneath that 3 wholes. Change the mixed number to an improper fraction. 2 times 5 is 10, plus 2 is 12 fifths. So I have 3 over 1 times 12 fifths. So I have 2 fractions. Can I crisscross simplify? No. So I can go ahead and multiply. 3 times 12, 36. 1 times 5 is 5. Improper fraction. so I need to change it to a mixed number. 36 divided by 5, that puts my bottom dog outside the house, top dog inside the house. Goes into, can 5 go into 3? No, because 3 is too small. What about 5 into 36? Yes, 7 times. Multiply, 7 times 5, 35. Subtract, bring down, nothing to bring down. So I have 7 wholes, 1 left over, my 5. So today we multiplied mixed numbers times whole numbers. So when we're multiplying fractions, we have to have 2 fractions. So today we had to place that 1 underneath the whole number, and we also had to change the mixed number to an improper fraction. Then we saw if we could crisscross simplify, and we didn't have any today to do that on. And then we multiplied. And then we had to simplify on all of those because they were all improper. So we had to take our answers and we had to change them into a mixed number by dividing.